What is going on, Cowboys Nation, and welcome back to another episode of The Drawing Board. Cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate all the support and feedback from the first episode. Really happy to see that you guys enjoyed it, seeing how it is a new series, and I'll definitely be bringing more videos like that to this channel, and well, that's why I wanted to get another one of these episodes out as fast as I could, seeing how much you guys enjoyed it, and a lot of the comments as well that you guys had about the first video, and especially so when it came to the front seven. Many of you guys made points how I did not have Randy Gregory at the Leo in the first video. And well, that's not because I don't want him at the Leo spot. I think he'll be really, really good there, and we'll see a lot of snaps there in this coming season. I was more so just showing in that first video kind of where I think our best fits are for our draft picks that I think will get a lot of playing time this season, as well as just getting our four best pass rushers on the field, how we would do that, with that being Micah Parsons, who I think will be our best pass rusher, along with Randy Gregory at the Leo spot, but I don't want Micah Parsons rushing as a down kind of three tech, so getting him out there at the Leo and letting Randy work from inside, we can still stunt them, get Randy outside, things like that. Being able to get Tristan Hill there at a three tech as well, and then DeMarcus Lawrence coming off the edge. And that was more for just pass down situations where we need to get to the quarterback. I just kind of wanted to show you how we could all get those guys on the field. With that being said, I did really want to show you guys how I think that this front seven really will look for the majority of the year in various personnel packages, formations, and how we're going to address various personnel packages on the offensive side of the ball and formations that offenses might come out and use against us, and how we're going to address them in the run game and in the passing game in the front seven. So we're going to go ahead and get into that now. So let's go ahead and talk about some run fits in personnel on rundowns. First and 10, team we're playing comes out into 12 personnel, tight end on each side, receiver on each side of the field, and just depending on where, if they're in shotgun or not, if they're just under center, we'll just call to the strong side of whichever the wide side of the field is, or in this case, we're just going to call a strong left if it's in the middle of the field, and we have the running back in line with the quarterback in the center. So what we're going to do here, at least starting out, what I think will look like here is this. So we have Randy out here at that Leo spot. Getting into the three tech, we'll have a guy like Brent Urban here, I think. Possibly Neville Gallimore, even Osa Adigiwusa could get out to this spot. Going in at the one tech, can have a guy like Gallimore, Woods, Osa you can bring in here too, or Bohanna if we just want that guy to clog up the middle. Getting out to the five tech spot is going to be DeMarcus Lawrence more times than not on a first and 10 situation like this. And then getting out to the Sam linebacker, we'll have our guy Micah Parsons in to set the edge for some run support as well. Going to the back half of the front seven, looking at our Will linebacker, I think this will be Keanu Neal here on rundowns. Maybe Jabril Cox further into the season. We'll have to see with that. And then our Mike linebacker, I think will be Leighton Vander Esch, and that will be his spot to lose this season. Also, in run support, we will have our box safety, Donovan Wilson, lurking down in situations like these. So what does this look like in terms of run fits? Basically, our Leo here, Randy Gregory, is going to be responsible for setting this edge outside of the tight end, getting his butt to the sideline and getting square with the line of scrimmage, setting the edge against that tight end, and then we'll have our strong safety come down and filling that outside hip of this left tackle here, and then our three tech is going to come inside of the inside hip of the tackle and fill this B gap here. And then our will come down and be responsible for the A gap between the guard and center. One tech responsible for this side of the A gap with the center and guard. Mike coming down and filling the B gap between the guard and tackle. Our five tech, DeMarcus Lawrence, coming down and filling between the tackle and tight end. And then your Sam linebacker coming and setting the edge across from the tight end here. So basically, we're just going to be one gapping. It's really as simple as that, guys. Come out against 12 personnel, early down situation. We're just going to have each guy filling in a gap here. And it really is as simple as that in this situation. But, of course, we still have to be wary of the pass. So say they do end up passing out of this, we can just go to a traditional cover 3 look. Deep third here, deep third here, deep third here. Get this strong safety out onto the flat. Will linebacker in a middle hook to curl zone. Mike linebacker in a middle hook to curl zone. And get this Sam linebacker out here to the flat. So it really just simplifies things. If they run the ball and they're in 12 personnel, just go ahead in one gap across the board. If they pass the ball when they're in 12 personnel, we can just go straight to our cover 3 look. They're going to have an in-tight tight end here, so he'll still be able to get out to the flat with him if he sees him release. Our corners, we know, going to be able to get deep and prevent any deep ball there. Safety having that help over the top as well. Then if our tight ends release over the middle, we'll have our Will and Mike linebackers here to cover that. And in this situation, I do actually expect our corners to be pressed up on the line of scrimmage to jam the receiver at the start of the route and then just use a bail technique to get down the field in case of a deep route. The reason you want to do this is because in case it takes the safety or your Sam linebacker a second to recognize the play, you don't want to give anything up underneath or give them an easy access over the middle if they were to hit a slant route. So you want to get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, and I think with Trayvon Diggs and Kelvin Joseph that we will have the guys to do that. So getting their hands on them quick and then just using a bail technique to get to their deep third part of the field and allow this strong safety some time to get over here. This will some time to get over here as well. Mike to adjust, and then your Sam time to get over to the flat as well. So we definitely want to be getting our hands on these guys at the line of scrimmage. Now, of course, while we will see plenty of 12 personnel, in today's NFL, what you will see a majority of the time is 11 personnel, and that's whether it's pass or run. So how then do we go about countering this? Well, it starts with switching to your nickel package. Dan Quinn mentioned this in his press conference. A majority of the time in today's NFL, you are going to be in the nickel, so our defense is going to be aligned something like this, I think. So this is what I think our nickel package will typically look like, just how it looks on the field. As far as personnel, though, just starting with the secondary, Diggs, KZ, Kelvin Joseph, Donovan Wilson here. Getting into this, though, this is where I think we're going to do a lot of rotational stuff, and obviously it's impossible to know what our exact rotations are going to look like and who's going to be playing with who and whatnot. But just for the purpose of this, we'll go ahead and say that we have Randy here at the weak side linebacker spot, still able to come off the edge like that Leo. Getting inside here, we can rotate a variety of guys at this 3-tech spot, whether it be Gallimore, Urban, Tristan Hill, Osa Odighizuwa, bring it into the 1-tech, and you can still have a 3-tech guy here, especially if it is like a passing down to try and get inside on a little speed rush or something. So we could still have a guy like Gallimore, Tristan Hill, Osa Odighizuwa inside here. And then out here, I think we'll just be rotating in guys like DeMarcus Lawrence, Brent Urban, Golston, that kid that we drafted out of Iowa, as well as Osa Odighizuwa. We know he has the versatility to be pretty much anywhere across the line of scrimmage. Bradley and Dorrance Armstrong, both guys could rotate in here as well. And then Mike linebacker could rotate in Jabril Cox here if it's a passing down. Don't want to see Jabril Cox in many run situations, at least early on. So say we're running a cover 3 or cover 2 here where he's just responsible for getting the middle of the field. Could have Jabril Cox here, could have Keanu Neal here, Leighton Vander Esch as well. I think he will be our starting Mike linebacker. Getting into the Sam linebacker spot, I think this is where Micah Parsons will be when we are in the nickel if we still want Randy Gregory coming off the edge here. But like I said, we can rotate Randy out, bring Jalen into this spot, put Mike over here, have him rush off the edge. I think we're just going to have a lot of rotation going on here with the amount of players that we have, so that way we can send Micah from here, we can send Randy from here without having to sacrifice maybe putting in a poor player over here. And say what you want about Jalen, but I think he would be fine if we put him in this strong side linebacker spot and gave him little responsibility. I do think the simplified scheme will help him significantly. So there is that. Can do a lot of rotation, like I said, at the Mike spot with Keanu Neal, Jabril Cox. I don't want to put Micah Parsons there right away because of how raw he is as a linebacker and give him that responsibility to be reading a lot of routes over the middle of the field. But guys that we know can cover over the middle of the field, I'm fine with being there in this nickel package. Before I get into the run fits with this, a guy that I'm not too sure where he's going to fit in is that of Terrell Basham. He could be coming out here as kind of like that Leo coming off the edge. Could also put him inside at this 3-tech spot. So I think he'll either be one of those two, rotate into there, maybe even get him out at this 5-tech spot. I really don't have much of an idea as what we're going to do with him. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's listed as a linebacker, so we'll have to see how that goes in camp. Another guy, too, that you guys point out I didn't mention was that of Carlos Watkins. And I didn't mention him just because that's a guy I don't think is going to make the 53-man. I think we'd rather have a guy like Bohanna come on and be that big boy at the 1-tech spot, as well as if Antoine Woods is still there. I think it's going to be between him and Carlos Watkins as to who gets that other big boy 1-tech spot. I think Bohanna will be the guy that will for sure make the 53-man. Quick side note, immediately after I recorded this, Antoine Woods got cut, so hey, maybe there is some room for Carlos Watkins on this roster. We'll just have to see how he does in camp, I guess. Getting into run fits in this, though, we are going to have to do some two-gapping. We'll still have our Will and Sam linebackers out here setting the edge, whether that be Randy or Mike out here, Jalen or Mike out here. We're still going to have those guys setting the edge out here. But then with our 3-tech and our 5-tech, we are going to have to do some two-gapping. So like I said, edge setters out here, and then we're going to have our B and C two-gapper here, and then another B and C two-gapper here. And a lot of you guys, too, also said DeMarcus Lawrence can't do this 3-4 defensive end stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and say that's BS if I'm being quite honest. This guy got double-teamed more than about anybody in the league last season, so I don't think he'll have an issue two-gapping in situations like this. And a lot of the times when he was getting double-teamed against the run, he was still able to get out of it. So I'm not too worried with him eating up space there, especially if we have a guy like Micah Parsons coming in off the edge for that extra support. I think we'll be completely fine on this side of the ball against the run. And as far as accounting for the respective A-gaps, I believe Leighton will come in and fill in that backside A-gap, and then we'll have our 1-tech filling in that strong side A-gap, trying to force the ball back to the weak side where Leighton and crew can come in and try to clean up. And then your strong safety is going to be that run support. I can't imagine when we're in the nickel, we'll be bringing him down and giving him a designated gap assignment, especially so on passing downs. I don't think it would be wise to do that. I think having him come down as support while the interior guys are two-gapping would be the way to go about that. But if you were to bring him down on the strong side and have him one gap maybe with this 5-tech out here, I think that could work too. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But I typically think this strong safety in passing situations in the nickel will just be a run support kind of guy. And we know that Donovan Wilson is capable of doing that. Lastly, I wanted to get in and show you guys what we're going to be typically doing to defend the pass in this nickel look. And usually I'm thinking we're going to be going either cover 3 or in a cover 1 robber. Starting with the cover 3, just going to have this corner go off to the deep third. This slot corner come out here to defend the sideline to flat in the underneath parts. I think we will be sending this Will a lot as the extra rusher, so I think having Randy there would be great. And then what we're going to be doing is putting our Mike off into a middle hook to curl zone to account for that we are sending that Will, and then bringing our safety down into a buzz look where he will also be coming down over the middle and accounting for that, and then sending the Sam out there to the flat sideline area and allowing this corner to drop off into his deep third. And then, of course, having the free safety, Damontae Casey, in this case, dropping off into that deep middle third of the field. As far as when we are going into man, I think we'll be doing a lot of cover 1 robber stuff. So we're just going to be manned up here, still allow us to send this weak side linebacker, have the Mike manned up on the running back, put your Sam or strong safety on the tight end. It just depends what kind of leverage you want to get, what kind of route you expect out of the tight end. If you expect the tight end to come on a seam route, something in a long yardage situation, then you're going to want to get your strong safety on him. But if you expect maybe a quick underneath route, out route, anything like that, you're going to want to get your Sam linebacker on him, and then your corner is well manned up over here. Now where it gets interesting is what we do with these safeties. This free safety is just going to be your middle center fielder roamer. And like I said, depending on what we have the strong safety do with the tight end, he will come over the middle as an underneath robber and just kind of lurk over the middle, anything that comes underneath and over the middle. But this can also be done with the Sam. He can drop off into this middle part and let the strong safety account for the tight end if we think the tight end is going out on a deeper route. So yeah, as far as what I expect out of our base run fits and coverages and our nickel run fits and coverages, that's pretty much going to cover it for the most basic looks that I think we're going to be getting into a majority of the time. Of course, there are far more situations, personnels, groupings that we can go ahead and get into, and we'll definitely be doing that in a later video. But I just wanted to give you guys a base understanding of the traditional run fits and coverages that we are going to see when in our base look and our nickel look, because those are going to be the two looks that we are in a majority of the time this season. And with 12 personnel and 11 personnel being likely the most prevalent personnel packages that we will face this year, I definitely wanted to hit on those the most. And I hope I was able to do that and give you guys a good idea and basic understanding of what to expect with this defense, personnel-wise, run fit-wise, and coverage-wise. So yeah, guys, that's going to bring an end to this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video and are enjoying this type of content. I really enjoy doing it and breaking down football from this standpoint. So I'll definitely be getting more videos like this for you, as well as still continuing to pump out those all 22 videos that you guys enjoy so much. As always, guys, I appreciate you for stopping by. Definitely be sure to comment below and let me know what you think of all this. If there's anything you think I missed, where some players may fit better than what I suggested or projected, yeah, just let me know. Always open to have a conversation in the comments, and I hope to see you guys down there. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next video.